Right. Hi, good evening, everybody. My name is Teneille Murray. I'm the Community Engagement Director at AJA. You're joining us on AJA Live, where we're currently with Rachel Touitou, who is at the border with TZAV 9. Rachel, can you tell us where you are right now?
Hi, thank you for having me. We are right now in the direct live from the Nitzana border, passage border, where we successfully managed to block the humanitarian convoys that unfortunately gets hijacked by Hamas.
And how many of there are you, and why are you doing this?
So today it's election day in Israel, the local election. So we took advantage of that day and have families here. We are hundreds of people. I think we are something that around the 500 people here behind me. I don't know if you can see it. Many people are here with their families, children, elderly people, lefties, right-wing, secular, religious Israelis. And we want to make sure that this humanitarian aid gets to the right hands and to ensure as well that our hostages are getting it. And we know that they don't right now. Then we know that they did not receive any visit from the Red Cross, any visit, any medicine, nothing. And right now, this humanitarian aid, not only it is one-sided, it's also getting hijacked by our enemy. The same enemy that we combat in Gaza right now, that our soldiers are fighting right now on the grounds in Gaza. They're fighting the enemy with an enemy with a full tank of gas and fuel. And this is wrong and this is immoral. And we are here to make sure that the voice of the Israeli people is heard. We don't want that to continue. We cannot let this hypocrisy continue. We know that the international pressure on Israel is big. We know we feel it here on the ground. But in the end, we are the ones fighting. We are the ones who have families risking their lives and fighting right now, either as a soldier, either as a hostage. We want that to end, and we want an Israel victory. This is the only way we can live in this land, in this piece of land, with these neighbors who chose terror and need now to deal with the consequences of terror.
So can you show us how exactly are you blocking the aid from coming in? We've heard reports that it's quite physical, people are lying on the ground.
This humanitarian aid passes from Egypt, from the Egyptian borders to the Israeli passage crossings. It's getting inspected here in Israel, in the military bases nearby. We prevent that from happening. We prevent the passengers from being crossed by these humanitarian convoys by being here, simply by being here. We don't need to use violence. This is not a protest, a violent protest. We are here protesting, singing, having children eating popcorn, just by being here, simply by our presence here. This is a peaceful protest, but this is a protest that is the most efficient protest in Israel right now, and the only protest I might add that really unites the Israeli people from all fronts. I see it; it's beautiful to see. I wish the world could see it as well. And the message, the voice, the simple request: this humanitarian aid not only is not getting to the civilian society, the civilian non-involved. We know that civilians also are the ones to keep the hostages. We know that civilians are involved, but nonetheless, this humanitarian aid is getting to the Hamas terrorists. It has to stop. We are fighting an enemy which is worse than ISIS, worse than the Nazis. And I didn't see the Americans when they fought in Afghanistan feed the Taliban. I didn't see the British when they fought to feed their enemies. We see it only when it's Israel. Stop. We want this to stop. We are the ones to suffer the consequences of the war, not you guys elsewhere in the world.
Can you show us a bit of the location and where you are right now? Can you give us a bit of a tour of where you are right now?
Yes, I can. So right here is the gate. This is the place that the trucks, you can see them right now, but they're far away on the other side of the Egyptian border. They are passing by here. They are being screened over here. And then they go and get inspected in the army bases over there. Once they are being scanned, they go back here and drive up to that road, which is the closest border road. And then they enter back into Gaza. The whole thing is managed by UNRWA, which is a problem in itself. We haven't discussed this right now. But UNRWA, we know now that UNRWA participated in the massacres of the 7th of October. We know that the workers of UNRWA are UN workers on the day and Hamas terrorists on the night. We know that Hamas uses the facilities of UNRWA, the underground the facilities of UNRWA to make sure that they can use anything that they need from the UN. So we Israelis consider UNRWA as the Hamas branch, as a terror organization in Gaza right now, and they are discredited. They are not legitimate anymore to deal or to manage anything that has to do with this conflict. It has to stop. It has to be dismantled. The Palestinian refugees have to join the UNHCR. That's the normal request. The rest of the world, the refugees of the world, are assigned to the UNHCR, and we really ask ourselves why do they get their own UN agency? Why don't they join the rest of the refugees agency for the rest of the people, just as all refugees of the world? They find solutions, and the answer is that the UNRWA, the UN agency of UNRWA, is not impartial. Sorry, it's actively promoting the conflict. It's educating to hatred toward Jews in their education system, in their school books, etc., etc. And basically, it's part of the indoctrination machine. It has to stop. We cannot afford it to exist anymore. And when the Israeli people and the Jewish people say never again, we mean it.
That's right. Never again. Tell us, how
Never
can we
again.
support your journey? How can we follow TZAV 9? Where can we support and follow you?
You can find us. You can find us, and I would be very happy if you could support us from far away. I know you're far away. I know you are with us in your mind and in your hearts. We are on social media, TZAV 9, TZAV 9. You can find us on all social media. We have a JGIF campaign that helps us. Everything you see here costs obviously money, but we have the amazing support of Israelis in Israel and also Jews around the world. They help us, they support us. Any donation is welcome, and just to support, promote us, spread the word, and tell everybody you can that this humanitarian aid is not getting to the civilian population. You can be pro-Palestinian and want this help to get to the right hands. You can be pro-Palestinian and want to make sure that this free humanitarian aid gets to the hands of the civilians freely, and not by being resold. That's the reality right now. Hamas is reselling the help.
Well, Rachel, I'd like to tell you from all of us in Australia, from the HAA, we'd like to thank you for what you're doing. We support you, and we
Thank you.
agree. The aid needs to get to the right people, and we need our
And the
hostages
hostages,
back.
free the hostages.
We need
If you
them
free the
back.
hostages, it all ends. All ends. You just have to free the hostages.
So thank you. We wish you and everybody
Thank you.
the strength and support, and good
God
evening.
bless you. Thank you. Bye-bye.